Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here and welcome to another football transfers video. For those of you that don't know, this is the show where we take a look at all of the most recent transfers in the world of football, as well as a couple of transfer rumors and predict what these players' ratings and potentials are going to be in FIFA 17. And we have plenty to get through. Not only have there been some incredible transfers, but there's also some really big rumors swirling around the world of football. But let's begin this. Let's kick things off with the big one, the one you're all waiting for. It's Paul Pogba to Manchester United, officially confirmed and done. The 23-year-old midfielder has returned to Manchester United after letting him go for like £1.5 million. They brought him back 4 years later for £89 million. I don't care if you traveled back in time, put your entire life savings on Apple, you are not getting that good a return on your investment compared to fucking Juventus. £89 million, by the way, guys, for those of you that somehow didn't know, is the world record transfer fee. It's going to be super exciting to see him running around with Manchester United now that he's at the peak of his powers. And hey, who knows, he could get even better. But what will his FIFA 17 Ultimate Team card look like? Well, this is what I'm predicting it'll be. An 87 overall. I've already predicted him to have an 87 overall in career mode, or at least at the start of FIFA 17 in a Wonder Kids video I did way back a couple of weeks ago, or about a week or so ago. So that is the card that I think he's going to have. Look at some of those stats as well. So unbelievably consistent and well-rounded in almost every single area. He's going to be amazing to get in FIFA 17. And as for potential as well, for all the career mode people watching, I'm going to go for a 91 potential. But before we get on to the next transfer, guys, I should let you know that if you are an avid Pokemon Go player like myself, then you should definitely check out PokemonLuck.com. They're a great website that lets you level up your account in absolutely no time at all. And on top of that, they can get you some absolutely super rare Pokemon. I highly recommend you guys go and check out the website. And if you do, be sure to use Bucks at checkout to get 5% off. Now on to the next confirmed transfer, and this is actually AYEW to West Ham from Swansea City for about 20 odd million pounds. AYEW went to Swansea on a free transfer only last season, and now they're selling him for 20 million to West Ham. So Swansea have done quite well there. However, they are definitely losing one of, if not their best player. West Ham continue to add to their already quite impressive depth at the moment for a club of their size anyway, in their first ever season at the Olympic Stadium, or should I apologize, sorry, the Tesco Stadium. And he's not even the last West Ham transfer that we're going to talk about in this video, but either way, we'll move on. But either way, AYEW in FIFA 17, I predict his Ultimate Team card to look a bit like this. It's going to be an 80 overall, and again, some of the stats have been slightly increased because I do think he had a pretty good season in the Premier League, proved his worth. I don't think his potential is going to be anything crazy like maybe 81, 82, but I reckon an 80 overall joining West Ham, that's probably about fair. Now moving on to the next West Ham signing, they've definitely been busy recently. It's going to be MASUAKU from Olympiacos. This is definitely a transfer that West Ham had to make, considering that Aaron Cresswell was ruled out for up to like 4 months with a knee injury. Now, unfortunately for West Ham fans, what I've been able to come up with in my research on this man is that apparently Olympiacos fans aren't too big a fan, and apparently he definitely didn't have as good a season as what they would have hoped, especially toward the end of their season. Now, unfortunately for West Ham fans, in the research that I did on this man, apparently I found out that he really had not had that good a season for Olympiacos, especially toward the end. At the turn of the year, he apparently was not all too good, at least according to some fans. So with the research that I've done on this man, and of course fan feedback, I don't really know if I should give him an overall upgrade, but I'm gonna do it anyway because EA do tend to look after Premier League players if they are transferred to a Premier League club, you know what I mean. I'm gonna give him a 75 overall in FIFA 17. I think that'll be hopefully pretty respectable for him. Maybe he can go up by more, but I think his potential will probably be around about an 83. He is still only 22 years of age, so he can definitely grow and get better. Now for a huge transfer between two gigantic clubs, Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid, it's going to be JESE Rodriguez to PSG. Paris Saint-Germain have signed the Spanish forward JESE from Real Madrid for an undisclosed fee. He's actually going to be joining up with Unai Emery, who has taken over for Laurent Blanc at PSG as a manager, and he actually used to be his manager back when JESE Rodriguez was at Sevilla. So they're going to be able to work together again. JESE Rodriguez had a very good season with Real Madrid last time out. He didn't play the majority of their games, but he definitely made plenty of appearances and played some very, very good football. That's why in FIFA 17, I think that he's going to have an 81 overall. I nearly gave him an 82 overall, but I'm going to stick with an 81 overall for JESE Rodriguez. And as for potential, again, only 23 years of age, I'm going to give him an 87 potential. But now, ladies and gentlemen, is the part of the video where we take a look at some transfer rumors, some potential moves that may or may not be happening in the future. And the first big transfer rumor we're taking a look at is RIYAD MAHREZ from Leicester to Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal are linked with so many people right right now. We took a look at Lacazette in the last episode, and if they were to get Lacazette, I think that would be gigantic for them. But the next player that is definitely going to be able to help them out would be RIYAD MAHREZ. And yes, I do say that knowing very well that there are plenty of creative midfielders and wide men at Arsenal, and do they really need another one of those instead of, say, a striker or potentially even a defender? RIYAD MAHREZ himself definitely doesn't seem to be, forcing any sort of transfer move. Like, he's definitely, I think he's okay with where he is at the moment, but something tells me if he were to get a move to Arsenal, he probably wouldn't be complaining too much. I think it's very, very important for Leicester to hang on to RIYAD MAHREZ. Way more important than it is for Arsenal to pick this man up. So something tells me this may not be a transfer that's going to happen, but if it does, like everyone is saying that it will, then that would be very exciting indeed. But this does give me an opportunity to say what I think RIYAD MAHREZ's ultimate team card and what his rating is going to be in FIFA 17, and I'm going to go ahead and give him an 82 overall. I think that's pretty fair. Maybe he could be knocking on the door of an 83. I don't think he could exceed an 84. I mean, yes, he had an amazing season with Leicester, but it was just one season with Leicester, and to put him at like that sort of a rating would be very, very, it would be very generous. And as for potential as well, he is only 24, 25 years of age. He could still grow and get a bit better. I don't know if he's going to become an absolute world beater, but I think an 85 potential for an 82 overall is pretty fair. Next up is ROMELU LUKAKU from Everton back to Chelsea. And wouldn't this just be something? I mean, seriously, the club that brought Lukaku into the Premier League in the first place, loaned him out to West Brom, and then tried to play him at Chelsea, didn't work, loaned him out to Everton, didn't work, brought him back, and then just sold him to Everton full time. If they were to buy him back now, I mean, seriously, that is just ridiculous. That is probably one of the worst relationships I've ever seen. I mean, it's like Chelsea's just a crazy ex-girlfriend that keeps on dumping and taking back dudes. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, even the name of their damn club, Chelsea, sounds like some sort of crazy bitch. But will Lukaku return back to Chelsea? Who knows, man. Even if he does, it wouldn't even be the most embarrassing return in the transfer window with bloody Pogba going back from Juventus to Manchester United. But either way, in FIFA 17, what do I think Lukaku's ultimate team card's going to look like? I'm going to give him an 82 overall. It's pretty much what he's got now, maybe a little bit better, but not by too much. I think he's still going to be a solid player. I don't really think he's had an incredible season that deserves a gigantic overall increase, but 82 I think is pretty fair, and I'll give him an 87 potential. And the final transfer that we're taking a look at today is going to be for MAURO ICARDI to either Arsenal or Chelsea, but for this time, I'm going to go with Arsenal. The potential transfer of ICARDI has been quite interesting, because at the start of the transfer window, it looked like Chelsea were more interested in picking him up, and then it looked like Arsenal became the favourites, and at the moment, Arsenal definitely are the favourites to potentially join MAURO ICARDI after a potential £29 million move to land ICARDI is on the table, plus a trade of Giroud. Arsenal fans, what would you make of that if you lost Olivier Giroud and got ICARDI plus £29 million? Do you think that'd be a good move? Do you think ICARDI could do it in the Premier League? For me, I don't really know if he's exactly proven himself to be the sort of striker that can get you the 20 plus goals in the Premier League that you sort of need to really go on and challenge for a title. But hell, who knows? He's probably going to do a slightly better job than Giroud, but maybe not by too much from what I've seen. But either way, his rating in FIFA 17, I think he's done enough in the Serie A to really earn himself a pretty decent overall, and I think I'm going to give him an 81 overall. So a slight increase on what he had last year, but an 81 overall I think is pretty good, and I think maybe if he does go to Arsenal, there's a chance it could get even better, maybe an 82. And as for potential-wise, considering he's only 22, 23 years of age, I think an 86 potential, considering the overall that he's going to be given, I reckon that's pretty fair. We'll stick with an 86 potential. But we are finished, guys. That's it for the transfers video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to leave in the comments down below who you think is going where. What do you make of all the transfers like Paul Pogba back to Manchester United? Do you think the 89 million is way too much? Do you think it's a good transfer? Let me know. Until next time, guys, my name's MasterBucks, and have a good one. Bye-bye.